If you are wishing you could feel calm, confident, or motivated on command, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you a simple mental technique that can help you intentionally shift your emotional state instead of waiting for life to change first. I spent over 4 years helping hundreds of people overcome anxiety, depression, self-sabotage, and emotional struggles using NLP techniques and hypnosis. I documented that work through over 100 testimonials, recorded sessions, and years of educational content in my YouTube channel. But here's what most people never realize. Feeling better isn't about waiting for the right circumstances. It's about learning how to use your mind differently. And once you understand this principle behind this technique, you will be able to apply it whenever you need it most. In this video, I'll show you why your emotional state changes so quickly, the step-by-step technique to feel better on purpose, how to use it during stress, anxiety, or difficult moments, and the biggest mistake that prevents most people from getting real results. My mission is to help millions of people learn how to use their minds more effectively to pursue meaningful goals and create positive changes in their lives. Over the past several years, I developed my own hypnosis method and a rapid identity transformation system based on my experience working with hundreds of people. These approaches are designed to help people identify and work through multiple limiting beliefs and patterns. If you give me 10 minutes, I'll teach you one of the same techniques I've shared with many of my clients so you can start applying it today. Point 1. Why your emotional state changes so quickly. Have you ever noticed that you can wake up feeling great, then one phone call, one memory, or one comment completely change your mood? That's because your emotions don't come directly from what happens to you. They come from how your brain interprets what happens. Think about it. Two people can experience the exact same event and feel completely different. For example, imagine two entrepreneurs lose their biggest client. The first thinks, I'm a failure, I'll never recover. He feels fear, anxiety, and hopelessness. But the second thinks, this hurts, but it's feedback. Now I know what I need to improve. He still feels disappointed, but also motivated to take action. The event was the same, the meaning was different, and the meaning created a different emotional state. This is a real-life example. After natural disasters, researchers have found that people can respond very different even when they have lived through the same event. Some experience intense distress for a long time, while others gradually recover and adapt. Factors such as social support, previous experience like the one that have lived, and how they interpret what happened all influence that process. Imagine your mind is like a pair of glasses. The world doesn't change. The glasses change what you see. If the lenses are dark, everything looks darker. If the lenses are clear, you notice opportunities, solutions, and hope that were already there. Your thoughts and beliefs can work like those lenses. Change the lens, and your emotional experience begins to change, even when the situation hasn't changed yet. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you in the next step, how to intentionally influence the way your mind responds so you can regain more emotional balance instead of feeling controlled by every situation or circumstances. Step number 2, create a positive emotional state on purpose. Before to continue, I want to tell you this. If people suffer anxiety, sadness, everything, isn't the solution that if you learn how to feel good consciously, step by step, that's the solution. And that's the same thing I apply with people that have problems like depression, anxiety, and everything else. If you learn this technique and you practice till you master it, this will change your life forever. Now, I would like you to try something with me. This is something you have to experience. This is not about just theory. If you are in a safe place where you can relax for a few minutes, gently close your eyes now. Take a slow, deep breath in and a slow breath out. Again, breathe in And breathe out one last time. Inhale slowly and exhale, allowing your body to relax just a little bit more. Now, with your eyes closed all the time, I would like you to remember a moment in your life when you felt genuinely happy. It doesn't have to be the happiest moment ever. Just choose a real moment when you felt happiness. Take your time. Look for a moment when you feel happiness. Maybe years ago, maybe last week. Now begin to step back into that memory. Notice what you were seeing. Look around as if you were there again. Who was with you at that moment? What colors do you notice? What expressions are on people's faces? Now listen carefully. What sounds can you hear? Maybe voices, laughter, music, nature. Allow those sounds to become a little clearer and louder. Now notice if there were any smells, any tastes, any small details you have forgotten until now. And most importantly, notice how your body felt in that moment. Where do you feel that happiness? Maybe in your chest, your stomach, your face, or somewhere else. Just become aware of it. Now imagine replaying the same memory one more time, but this time make the colors brighter, make everything more vivid. Turn up the brightness, turn up the contrast, make the sounds richer and clearer, richer and clearer. Allow yourself to experience this memory even more fully. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 3 to 1. As I reach 1, imagine that feeling of happiness gently expanding throughout your body. Not because you have to force it, but simply because you are allowing yourself to reconnect with a real experience you've already have. 3, 2, 1. Imagine that feeling becoming even stronger. Notice it spreading through your body, and with every slow breath in, allow that feeling to grow just a little more, more happiness. And with every breath out, let your body relax into it. Take another slow breath and simply notice what happens. Now, without judging it, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much happiness or well-being do you feel right now in your body? Pay attention to your body. Just notice the number that comes to mind. There's something important. A few minutes ago, nothing around you changed. Your room didn't change. Your job didn't change. Your finances didn't change. The outside world stayed exactly the same. What changed was your focus. Your focus was the thing that changed, and your imagination, the meaning your mind gave to a memory, and that changed how your body responded. This shows something powerful. Your mind can create your emotional state. The more you practice directing your attention intentionally, the better you become at creating helpful emotional states when you need them. You don't always have control over what happens around you, but you can learn to develop more influence over how you respond. And that's one of the most valuable skills you can build for your emotional well-being, your relationships, and your goals when you want to achieve them. Now open your eyes and let's go for the step 3, how to use this during stress, anxiety, or difficult moments. This is so powerful. I hope you are understanding how powerful this technique is. Now that you have experienced how your mind can create your emotional states, here's the important question. When should you actually use this technique? The answer is simple. As soon as you notice you are becoming emotionally overwhelmed, maybe your heart starts racing, maybe your breathing becomes shallow, maybe your mind begins imagining the worst possible outcome, or maybe you find yourself replaying the same negative thought over and over and over again. That's your signal. Instead of letting those thoughts pull you deeper into stress, pause for just 3 to 4 minutes, close your eyes, take 3 slow, deep breaths, then remember a real moment when you felt safe, maybe confident, loved, peaceful, or genuinely happy, and bring that memory back as vividly as you can. See what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt, and allow your body to reconnect with that emotional experience. Here's a simple rule you can remember. Your mind, the unconscious part of your mind, doesn't know the difference between vividly imagining something or vividly remembering something and the reality. That's a rule of how our unconscious mind works. And this is why we can use this technique all the time, always work. You don't need to pretend everything is perfect outside. You don't need to ignore what's happening. You are simply giving your brain a healthier emotional state from which to think and act. Think of it like driving a car. If your windshield is completely covered with mud, you can barely see the road. You don't need to change the road first. You clean the windshield. Then you can see where you're going. Your emotional state works the same way. When you are overwhelmed with fear or anxiety, your thinking often becomes narrower and it's harder to notice options. Taking a few minutes to calm your body can make it easier to think clearly and decide what to do next. The situation may not have changed, but the way you are responded to it has. And that's where your real power begins, not in controlling everything that happens around you, but in learning how to create what happens inside you. The more often you practice this technique, the easier it becomes to access a calmer, more resourceful state when life becomes challenging. Because emotional strength isn't something you are born with. It's a skill you can train. Step number 4, the biggest mistake that prevents most people from getting results with this technique. Before we finish, I want to show you the biggest mistake most people make. They watch a video like this, they try this exercise once, maybe twice, they feel a little bit better, like the dopamine, that's the trap, and then they never do it again. A week later, they're back to reacting automatically to stress, anxiety, and all of that kind of suffering. Here's something important to understand. You didn't learn to react with fear, anxiety, or self-doubt in one day. Your brain learned those patterns through repetition, and your brain changes the same way through repetition. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. Reading about it isn't enough. Watching videos isn't enough. You improve by practicing. Your mind works in a very similar way. Every time you intentionally guide your attention, slow your breathing, and reconnect with a helpful emotional state, you are practicing a new response. The goal isn't to feel happy all the time. The goal is to become more capable of returning to a balanced state when life becomes difficult. So here's my challenge for you. Practice this exercise once a day, maybe 5 minutes, for the next 60 days. Not because you have to, but because every repetition is another opportunity to strengthen this skill. And remember, the person who learns to guide their own mind gains a skill they can carry into every area of life. And if this video helped you, share it with someone who might need it today. You never know whose day could become a little easier because you decide to press share. And I want to make you more conscious about this thing. If you feel bad, it's just because you don't know how to feel well. So you have to master this technique. Share this video if you want to. I just want to share this information that it took me years to learn it. So you can improve as much as you can your life.